Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to learn how to make a pumpkin cheesecake. This is a great idea for a dessert for any party you're going to this holiday season, and I hope you enjoy watching. So we're starting with the crust, which is just blended up graham crackers, brown sugar, white sugar, and melted butter. And then you're going to see this recipe also calls for cinnamon in the crust, which I've never seen before, so I forgot to add it. So I had to take it out of the pan and re-add it, but it was a very good touch, so I'm glad that I did go through the effort to make sure that it was in there. We're gonna pre-bake it for 10 minutes. Yeah, so my eggs were supposed to be room temperature, but I think it'll be okay that they're not. So we're just gonna, it'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is whip the cream cheese and the sugar together. They recommend a handheld mixer or KitchenAid. I do have a KitchenAid, but I'm gonna try it without it. I have made cheesecake without it before when I didn't have one, so I think it'll be fine. So right now we're gonna mix cream cheese and sugar together. I did start first with pre-whipping my cream cheese just by itself, and I'm really glad I did because it just made it smoother when I went to add in the sugar. That already smells like insanely delicious. Wasn't too bad. It was creamy. So now I'm gonna add the sour cream. Now I'm gonna add the sour cream to vanilla. This is my own homemade vanilla. I did put the eggs in some warm water to try to bring them up to room temperature a little bit. And now I'm to add them one at a time, stirring until they're just mixed. And it's very specific that beating after each addition until just blended. After the final egg is incorporated into the batter, stop mixing to help prevent the cheesecake from deflating and cracking as it cools. Avoid over mixing the batter as best you can. So the last time I made cheesecake, it did crack. So that's probably what happened. So I'm gonna be sure to be careful of that. Now I need to separate 2 cups of batter. I'm gonna do that into here and add pumpkin, cinnamon, and pumpkin pie spice until combined. And then comes the part I'm really excited about, where we put it all together. Not that I've ever done it, but I'm just excited for it. I don't know how that stopped recording. So I think this is where room temperature ingredients really come in handy. I think my batter wasn't quite warm enough for this to spread out the way it needed to. So I'm kind of improvising the pattern. You'll see in a minute, I had to remake this, and I did much better the second time, and I think it was because my ingredients were room temperature. And here I'm just using a regular casserole dish that I had for the water bath part. And the instructions were very specific that boiling water needed to go into the water bath. So that goes in the oven for 55 to 70 minutes in a water bath like you just saw. Or until, as far as the timing, until the center is almost set. So one of the notes in this, there's a hair in my eye. One of the notes in this recipe is that you're supposed to turn the oven off when it's done, crack it open, and let the cheesecake cool down with the oven for an extra hour. And then you pull it out and then it cools all the way down, and then you put it in the fridge for 4 hours. Luckily for me, I'm used to baking being a process because of sourdough, so this is fine. And I've done cheesecake before, but the other cheesecake recipe didn't call for a water bath, didn't tell me to cool it this way. It also noted that if it starts to get too brown halfway through, then you need some tinfoil over top of it. So I'll see you back in about an hour, I suppose. So we're about halfway through 55 minutes of baking, and the cheesecake doesn't look browned at all, so I'm hoping that it's fine. Okay, so this is after 55 minutes. Oh, I don't think that's almost set at all. That's 55 minutes. I think it's supposed to be more set than what that is. So we're gonna split the difference because it said 55 to 70. So I put the timer on for 7 more minutes, and then I'll check on it and we'll see. I'm really happy that it's not browning though. We're gonna give it the full 70. I don't know how to know. The whole thing looks jiggly, I don't know. So I just watched a video that told me if you bang the pan and it ripples, it's not done. But if the thing moves as a whole, then it's done. So I think mine was done a little while ago, but it's fine. It's cracking a little on the edges, that's fine too. It's a little brown, we're just gonna say that's fine too. And I've got the oven off and cracked open, and my dinner mess out, and check back in an hour. So it's been just shy of an hour actually. She looks really good. So that was in the oven for over an hour. It cooled for an hour, and now I gotta let it cool completely before it goes into the fridge. There's water in the foil. This was supposed to keep water out. Is that a little hole? Oh no. I put it on a cooling rack so there would be space underneath for it to drip if it needed to. Oh, please be okay. All right, cheesecake is yet to be determined. It just is what it is. If it's ruined, I'll try again in the morning maybe. Okay, so this is obviously after we already cut into it. I'm sure it was edible, but I don't think this is normal. Like that amount of, I think that's from the water. Either way, you see that really dark color? That is definitely the water. The center of the crust was really perfect. Actually more perfect than my redo. But just this outside, it was just, you can see how it's dark right there too. It was just mushy. I know, this is why I almost didn't include this, because I don't think you can really tell on camera. So like I said, this probably was fine. It was probably more than fine to serve. The perfectionist in me I just couldn't, I guess. Here's the speed clip of me remaking it because I didn't think you needed to see the whole thing all over again. That's my cheesecake. The recipe that I will have linked down below is definitely a good one. So if you're looking for one and you want to be a little different and have it be all swirly, it tastes good. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it gave you an idea for a dessert for your holiday parties.